Good morning to all. In today's class, we will see how to create a mesh topology. We have discussed four topologies: star topology, bus topology, ring topology, and mesh topology. And among these four, mesh topology is most robust one and preferred network connection wherever we are setting up a network. Why? Because one device can able to communicate with all the other devices. That is a major concept of mesh topology. We will see how to set up this in this scenario in Packet Tracer. Go to this end device. Just drag and drop 4 or 5 devices of your choice. In real time, we used to say one device can get communicate with all the other devices, but here in simulation without switch we can't able to link one device to another device. So place switch here, and bring the connectivity among the switch and the end devices. So we know copper wire will be used between the end device and to the switch, and from one switch to another switch we are going with different cabling, either fiber optic or coaxial cables. So the link will be shown here as the dark line to connect between PC and switch, and the dotted line will be between two switches. So we don't have any kind of this confusions, because once you select this it will be automatically fixed. It set up the fast Ethernet connection from end device to switch 1, and it automatically fixes between two switches. So it's very easy for us to communicate. Let us set up a connection from switch 2 to switch 3, from switch 1 to switch 3, switch 3 to end device 3, and 2 to end device 2, and from this switch to switch 1 to switch 2, and switch 0 to switch 3. Okay, this is a basic mesh network. As I told you in the beginning, every device can able to communicate with all the other devices with the help of these switches. We will execute and see how this works, and if any of the connection is lost, okay, how we are saying robust, and how the alternate path will be selected. Okay, that we will experiment here. We will set up an IP address, we'll label it, for example 172.16.0.1, 0.2, 0.3, and 4. When you click this place note symbol, you can automatically place whatever you want to place as a label. Then to configure exactly, click this end device, it will show this window. Go to desktop, IP configuration, let us set up an IP address, and while click this, directly it will assign the subnet mask. That's enough for the configuration. Only we are setting the IP address, desktop, IP configuration, set up its own IP address, and select the subnet mask, and proceed the same for how much ever devices you are experiencing. Okay, let us have another device. Select subnet mask, close it. We have configured now. Either we can go for the packet transmission from one end device to another end device we can either send a simple PDU, packet data unit, or the complex PDU. We'll first transmit and see the simple PDU, how it goes to the another end device from one system. Either we'll go with simulation mode or through ping mode we can work it out. Let us go with the simulation mode. Either you can take it from here, from view menu, go to simulation mode. Initially all the filters will be listed out here, visible events, which includes all the protocols, but I am preferring only ICMP because simple packet data unit was selected. I am preferring ICMP, so I am selecting the ICMP. Clear this, clear the log events and go to edit filters, select ICMP protocol alone and take a packet from here, add simple PDU symbol. Okay, now from the device 0, PC 0 to PC 1, I want to transmit packet. Okay, let us see which route it selects. Let us execute and see. It sends packet to switch 0, from switch 0 to switch 2, then switch 2 to switch 1. Because connection, there is a problem here, so it selects automatically the alternate route, whichever is available. Once it reaches to end device, the acknowledgement is created and it's sent back in the same path which has been selected already. From switch 1 to switch 2 and switch 2 to switch 0, and it reaches the end device 0, PC 0. Okay, the packet sent and the acknowledgement went back to the end device. Let us try it out for another devices also, for PC2 and PC3 from PC0. How the path selected by the switch, we'll see. We'll clear everything and we will delete this packet because it's already selected here. Okay, this arrow mark will be shown like this to you at the beginning. So once you finish all your communication, just extract this, it will show the option. So delete it, the log will be deleted here. Then select the new packet from PC0 to PC2. Now we will see how it goes. Switch 0, switch 0 to, it has to go to switch 2, I hope. Yes, then from switch 2 to PC2. Once packet reached, acknowledgement generated by PC2, then it returns back to PC0. Okay, this is also working to us. So same way it goes to another device also. But what happened if the connection is lost? That we will check here. We'll clear it. Fast Ethernet 04, we'll try. We'll check the connection. Yes, 02 to 3, it gets connected. 04 to, it shows all the connectivity options. For example, if this connection is lost, let us try with another. It's getting delayed to establish the connection here. Let us try and see if this connection is lost, what would happen to reach to this PC. Okay, on the simulation mode we'll select packet and we want to send it from PC2 to PC1. Let us try here. We'll go an alternative way. Because of the connectivity issue, it was shown at the beginning it was not ready. Now it's getting ready to transmit. It checks the possibility. If these two switches are not communicated, it checks the other alternate switches to communicate to reach to the another end device from the source to the destination. That's why this mesh topology we are saying it's a robust one, and even though if any connection loss, the packet will not be dropped down in the middle. It selects the alternate path and it reaches on the other side. The next ring or bus topology we will see in another video. Thank you.